Time of magic, age of might. A band of heroes step up to the fight. Playing with powers they don't understand. Will they fuck it all up or will they save the land? Treachery, vanity, loitering and worse. They are their own worst enemies. These fuckers don't need no cause. Authors and dragons. Authors and dragons. Their powers combined. A group of fantasy authors take on a sadistic games master. Will they survive? Like and subscribe, motherfucker. Authors and dragons. Authors and dragons.
Hey there, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing the role of Fandingo the Fantastical, bard of all trades and master of setting Bjorg on fire. In real life, I write the Quincy Harker Demon Hunter novels, the Bubba the Monster Hunter novella series, the Black Knight Chronicles, urban fantasy novels, and the most recent release is Snatched, Grandma Annie and the Cooter of Doom, my latest entry into the Shingles franchise. So get on out there and get you some of Grandma Annie's cooter.
Hi, I'm Joseph Brassi. I play the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent barbarian. I was an author on the Mongoliad books. My novels Skyfarer and Dragon Road are available from Angry Robot Books, and I am the author of such non-existent titles as Sexual Peeling, a collaboration and connection of things not to do in the bedroom.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Rick Gualtieri, and I play the Stallion of the Gods. Why isn't that a porno yet? Anyway, in real life, I write several things, including the Toma Bill of the Dead, and by the time you're listening to this, Wannabe Wizard, the second book in mine and R.E. Carr's False Icon series, should be up for pre-order. So be sure to check that shit out.
Hello, friends. My name is Robert Bevan. I play the role of Weasel Klaus, the notorious weasel and rogue. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures, and so far up to the soon-to-be-released Critical Failures 8, Galleons of Sea Men.
Hi there, my name is Steve Weverill, and I play Brandon Fiemester, the sexually attractive monk / puma / unzipper of animals. In real life, I write the comedy fantasy series The Doomsayer Journeys with Falstaff Books. I also write the totally legend of Brandon Fiemester, the humorous origin story of the monk who loves to love himself.
Hey everybody, I am Drew Hayes, Dungeon Master of this game, as well as director of Hung Like a Horse, the Stallion of the Gods porno that does already exist. Jeez, Rick, check your emails.
I'm waiting for the royalty checks.
Oh, no. No, we're being sued by a lot of people. You owe money. And other things that I do that aren't that, I write books such as Superpowers, NBC's Fred the Vampire Account, and 5 Minute Sherlock. And when last we had our intrepid adventurers out upon the world, they successfully murdered several elephants and a snake. Luckily, they were probably not sentient. Probably. Before hauling most of the corpses away, leaving only Klaus and Fandingo to watch over the final elephant corpse. Unfortunately, they rolled very, very badly, and something else took notice. Now then, where shall we begin?
That snake told me I could eat the special fruit from the tree that was forbidden.
Actually, everybody, before I move you to new maps, what we're going to do is we are going to clear the turn order. Everybody rolls me initiative. Going to determine what order we do this in. Because you guys are quite a ways away when that bear shows up.
All right, Arrow of the Gods rolls a 24.
God damn. Weasel Klaus rolls an 8.
Fandingo rolls a 15.
Bjorg rolls a 13.
Brandon Firemaster rolls a 6.
And you know, what the hell? Let's just go ahead and get this initiative roll out of the way. All right. With the highest initiative, Stallion of the Gods, means we shall be beginning with our corpse-hauling compatriots and their spoils of war.
Pushing corpse.
Dragging a dead anaconda that's tied up around me.
I mean, it's no big deal. I drag a live one everywhere I go.
Well done.
I knew somebody was going to make a dick joke. We just didn't know who would get there first.
No, not anymore, Cloaca Boy.
All right. So they are gone. All right, we are going to take you all back to Mole Mountain, where the moles are still continuing to work. Dig, 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 dig.
These guys are pretty easily contented.
They're very devoted to their digging. Pig noises.
I mean, they were dwarves before. This is kind of how dwarves roll, man.
Exactly. They should be dwarves, not moles.
Greetings, heretical former dwarves. We bring you meat.
Oh, meat, 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 meat. And you see several of them race on down to begin help unloading your wares. As one sort of saunters up. Oh wow, you brought a lot. That's 2 elephants and a giant snake. Oh man, the giant snake cooks up real spicy. It is good.
Do you have buns?
Quiet you, you're in a tree.
Yeah. You're looking at a giant bear.
You'll live in the consequences of your terrible decision.
I mean, that could just be the tagline of this podcast.
Yeah. Or my life.
Oh, that's reassuring. I wasn't sure how giant snake would taste. But apparently it's a delicacy.
It depends on whether you consider spices a delicacy.
I don't know what moles like.
Oh, this is good. We can give you a few sacks of materials for this.
Yes.
Hooray for sex.
Give us sacks for our meat.
Sex.
Yeah. Let's say 2 sacks per elephant and 1 for the snake.
Well, we got an extra elephant for you, too. That our friends, which we're sure are not in any danger, are currently watching.
Yes, there's more.
Speaking of, 3 miles away, or several miles away,
Meanwhile,
I have to leave you guys on the map so you don't fall out of the initiative turn, but I'm just kind of throwing you out of the way so it's not confusing.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice.
Back at the hall of Oh Shit a Bear!
I don't think they let me and Klaus into a hall of justice.
Okay. Fandingo,
Yeah.
you are up in the initiative order, so there is a giant bear that has walked over and is sniffing the elephant corpse.
Leave that alone, motherfucker.
Bear? Bear.
No, that's not a bear, asshole. That's an elephant, and it's my elephant, so fuck right off.
It kind of twitches its giant ears and sniffs, and then kind of reaches down and starts to pick up the elephant corpse. Bear.
I cast Mage Hand and slap it.
I'm pretty sure there's a famous saying about not poking bears, but
Well,
Now I get to look up Mage Hand and see what that does for an attack.
it's probably going to say I can't attack with Mage Hand.
Let's see. Can't attack, activate magic items. So you can smack him with Mage Hand, but not enough to register his
I think
damage.
you're doing that.
No,
for
I don't want
an attack. And more like, hey, you, stop that.
Yeah. It's more like just poking the bear.
Bear. And he reaches down and takes a bite out of the top of the elephant. Crunch.
All right.
I wonder what this guy was like as a person.
Don't technically know he was a person yet. Perhaps it's just a talking bear that only says bear.
Somebody's escaped Pokemon.
Klaus, do something.
Does this bear, like, does he look like a giant hobo, like in what I'm seeing here on the screen?
Not quite cartoony. That was just a fun art that we happened to have for it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yes, it does. The bear is battle scarred, and very like. This is a bear that's seen some shit.
Yeah. Fuck you, bear. You killed my hobo parents. I am going to sharpshooter him.
All right, then.
Okay. You are going to sharpshooter the bear. It is your turn, because Fandingo mage-handed, the bear took a bite. We are on to Klaus.
Right.
So...
I did try to talk to the bear and tell him to leave our elephant alone. So,
Well, he didn't listen, and fuck bears.
yeah, no, I'm with you. Shoot the motherfucker.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, natural
Fuck
20.
shit.
All right.
Dead bear.
Does
That will hit.
dude, 3 natural 20s. We come back and find this like 50-foot King Kong-sized bear corpse.
All right. How does this damage work? I got 7 plus 3.
So, yeah. So that's 10.
Thank you. All right. All right. Well, there's plus 10 for the sharpshooter. And is there anything additional for a natural 20?
That's what the 3 is.
Oh, okay. So 20.
All right. Yeah, from the tree, a arrow flies, and you hit him in the snout. And you hear a very loud rumble. Bear! And roll me perceptions, both of you.
Just so you can find out exactly how much you've shit yourself.
No, I'm up a tree. I'm looking for a car to shit on.
I'm also up a tree, but
No, you're both up Schitt's Creek.
Fandingo rolls an 18.
oh, Klaus rolls a natural 1.
All right.
Klaus is celebrating hitting the bear on the snout.
Strikes and gutters here.
He nat 20. He definitely sees where that's coming from. Count that as a GM roll. He had a perception check as well, and definitely saw where that came from. All right, so you two... well, not Klaus. Klaus is so busy congratulating himself over that amazing shot that he does not hear what Fandingo does, which is the sound of the elephant's spine snapping in half as the bear is like flexing its arms in frustration.
Damn, I was going to use that, asshole.
I think he's going to use your asshole now.
Well, let's just say he won the wishbone.
Bro, he just snapped the elephant's spine. We're fucked. Wait, I can fly. You're fucked.
Who cares? The elephant was already dead.
Yeah, but you guys killed it. You monsters.
So much for my coat rack.
Well, I mean, if we hadn't been turned into monsters, we wouldn't have killed it.
True.
Because we don't just indiscriminately attack everything we meet.
Certainly not.
Unless they're bears.
All right. That was their round of initiatives. So that brings us back to the old Holland boys. Safely away from danger. You bastards.
That looks like them boys back gotten themselves in right trouble.
It's like, should we hurry back or should we just hang out with our new friends here for a while, knowing that that elephant corpse is safe and sound with our friends who are obviously in no danger?
Oh, we left more meat back there. We better go get that meat. Get that meat.
Yeah, I
get that
suppose. I'm not sure how long dead elephant keeps.
meat. I don't think it keeps at all.
We've been gone, 15 minutes?
I think it gets covered
you
with
guys
bugs.
had to haul stuff for several miles, and it was a strength check constantly. So it's been a while. Like truth be told, if we're doing the chronology of the time battle, this probably all happened within the first hour you guys were gone.
Oh, okay. Then it really doesn't matter.
We fudge it a little. You could get back much faster than you arrived if you knew to run.
But we don't. And even if we did, would we?
That one, I don't know.
Yeah, Bjorg would. He likes his friends.
All right, so what do you guys want to talk to the people who are, so they are still kind of like trying to haul away your stuff, but you don't really have to help them. You brought it here. You've done a good job.
Yeah, we want our sacks.
They begin bringing out sacks of very, very dirty burlap that seem quite heavy and setting them down around you guys. And one of we'll say your same one kind of offers to lash them to you guys since you don't have hands.
Okay, that'd be nice.
That's convenient.
All right. They will commence lashing the sacks, starting with, obviously, the horse.
Nothing like a good old sack lashing.
Just a beast of burden.
And speaking of burdens, we are back to Klaus and Fandingo. Fandingo, it is your turn in initiative.
Exactly how big is this fucking bear?
It's pretty sizable. It's a dire bear on size.
Elephant spine snappingly big.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire in a 20-foot cube centered on the bear.
Okay.
It makes a dexterity save to negate that, but if it doesn't make its dex save, all attacks against it have advantage. Sharpshooter.
Good.
Very nice. All right, what is the dexterity save?
My spell save DC is 15.
15. All right. There we go.
God damn it.
Alrighty. Yeah. Any half damage or anything for making it, or is it just a freebie?
It's just, Fairy Fire, all it does is outline it in light.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to fly the fuck away.
Thanks, John. That was really helpful.
I'm going over to this tree.
Fuck you!
Yeah. Peace. Have a nice weasel life.
Peace out.
All right.
This is going to be brutal.
Part of me was a little bit hoping you guys would attack him so we could do this. You see the bear reach up and tap something hidden among its fur.
Oh, shit.
And then it stretches its arms out as a series of interlocking mechanisms, much like the weaponry that you all have been using, begins to spread out across its gigantic body as it twirls around in a full-on anime transformation style sequence. Bear, 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 bear. And when it finishes, it is fully armored, and it is wielding 2 swords.
Yeah, witness the
With little
fire.
mechanical hands attached to its paws.
Fucking bears. They're all the same.
Now witness the full firepower of this fully operational battle bear.
And is going to come right for you, buddy.
Oh, shit.
And he gets 2 attacks, I believe,
Of course he does.
at his level.
So is that a bonus action
There
for
we
him
go.
to
1
unfurl his armor?
and 2.
All right, well, 22 hits.
Yeah. Yes, just like the things that snap on you guys, I'm treating the equipping as a bonus. It's a rule that cuts both ways.
Literally.
Cut being the operative word.
Yep. All right, you take 7 slashing. Oh, wait, hang on. I forgot to update his damage. Well, I guess that's a freebie for you on this one. You take 7 damage.
Yay.
That's quite anticlimactic. I was just expecting some kind of weasel puddle.
Yeah, I'm kind of good with it not being a weasel puddle because I don't want to get close to the bear, and the range on Cure Wounds is not far enough.
Okay, so I guess being in this tree isn't doing me fuck all good.
I mean, it would be probably more useful against a not gigantic opponent.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is it's your turn, Klaus.
Yay!
That's great news.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm pretty sure I can survive one more hit at least. I am going to sharpshooter him again and see what Fandingo pulls out of his ass next time. Here we go. All right. That's a 19.
He deflects it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's almost like the gigantic armor around him is fairly effective. Yep.
Yeah.
Just thought it looked cool.
The good news is you very, very much almost hit him.
Well, that's not good news enough.
If you had not sharpshootered, you definitely would have.
Isn't that the same story for every time?
Still not good enough.
Yeah.
No, not with a 24. Shit. All right. All right. If I run,
You guys have never faced a fighter before.
I'm assuming he gets an attack of opportunity.
He does, but only one.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what our speeds are. Yeah, I'm just gonna bolt and run like hell. All right.
Just scampering through the grass. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And that brings us right on back to the old guys hanging out around Mole Mountain. No stress, no worries.
Definitely not being murdered by armored bears.
Yeah, getting sacks lashed to you. So what would you guys, anything you want to do or ask or talk about while you're getting the sacks lashed on and whatnot?
Not really.
Since I'm not doing anything, is this kind of a short rest opportunity?
Yeah, if you guys want to take an hour.
Wow.
That's how long a short rest is.
So,
I suppose work first, then rest. We've got an elephant to harvest.
so how's the dirt today, guys?
Soft and pliable. Dig, dig, dig. And you know what chant follows.
Oh, God.
Every now and then the giant centipede does burst out of the ground and bring more stuff. Mostly dirt, it looks like to you guys, but, you're not experts in sifting the soil, so.
These guys are quite tedious. We should probably go get the other elephant and just get this done with.
Let's get our job done.
All right, we'll say you're done having things lashed to you at the start of next round. And in the meantime, Fandingo.
All right, that'll work. I'm going to cast Shatter, centered on the bear.
Alrighty.
So that's a Constitution save.
Okay.
And again, that spell save DC is 15. And I fucking hate this bear.
Yeah, because a giant bear would have a lousy constitution.
The giant armored sword-wielding bear. I bet he can't take a hit.
I hate horses too. So he takes 10.
Bear, 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 bear. Kind of twists and turns an eye toward the parrot.
Let's see. I'm just going to get a little bit further away.
It's duck season.
Weasel season. I'm just going to count on bears not being able to move as far as fast as parrots. Yeah. All right. That's me.
Let's see. All right, it's going to run after you, Klaus.
Ah, crap.
Oh, good.
You can feel the camaraderie in the air.
Let's see. So, Klaus, you are taking a pair of sword attacks.
All right.
And we're just going to use the 1d10. The two-handed damage will basically adjust the size for me, so just use the secondary damage even if it's lower. Roll. There we go.
All right, those both hit.
13 and 13.
Ouch.
You got him on the ropes.
But then he is going to turn away from you, Klaus. As his bonus is one of his swords turns into a crossbow mechanism on his arm. And he action surges, which allows him to take another full action. And he's going to spend that pointing a crossbow right at you, Fandingo.
I got a fucking action for him.
23.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
All right, he shanks you for 8.
Oh, it's on like neck bone now, fuzzy motherfucker.
And then he kind of just starts and then he turns back toward the elephant. Klaus, it is your turn. Might I remind you that as a weasel, you do have a special hiding feature, especially around larger animals?
That's nice. I was actually going to look to see if there are any animal burrows around. But if I can just straight up hide, I'll do that.
You can search for burrows. You can do a perception.
All right.
If you nat 20, maybe fortune will be in your favor.
I did not. I rolled a 13.
Why don't you go ahead and do a hide?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Klaus rolls a 15.
Okie dokie. Are you sure you rolled a 15?
Did I have advantage?
Check your weasel form document.
Damn it.
Look at your weasel.
You have advantage on visual stealth checks against larger creatures. And this bear is definitely larger.
Okay, then I suppose I rolled a 22.
Excellent. All right, so you scamper off into the grass and roll a hide, or a stealth. God, part of me will always be in that 3-5 skill mindset. And we will see if he attempts to find you or not next turn. Brandon Thighmaster and the rest of the party time crew. You are hanging out at Mole Mountain. You have successfully had your loot sacks lashed to you. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess we should head back, although we should probably take our sweet time because Klaus is probably sucking himself off again.
It's not an unreasonable assumption to make.
Oh, like that takes a long time.
Yeah, the longer you take, the better the chances are that he's recharged.
Ugh. I was just about to put that logic forward. I mean, there's always a non-zero chance, regardless of what time it is in the day, that Klaus is going to be sucking himself off. So
It's an endless cycle.
I gotta get those hit points back.
is that how that works?
Wow.
Every time you're short resting, he thinks that's how you spend a hit die.
So close your eyes very tightly while short resting. Got it.
No, guys, it's medicinal self-fellatio.
I'm absorbing my hit die.
Wow.
That's sexy.
I provide my own potion of healing.
Oh, God.
I'm stealing the strength of future generations. Oh, well, that went deeply horrifying fast.
Yes.
I can't wait to see when John Luther Davis draws just a bunch of tiny Klaus sperms.
I can wait.
I'm very thankful we got a
Recharging
while
my-
before the comic
my
catches
life
up with the
force.
podcast.
Yeah, I can wait.
Oh, yeah, that's a scene I can spend a little time.
Yeah, if you hire him for that commission, let us know so we can bid to not have him do that.
He makes a new living off of us just not drawing things.
You hear that, John? I'm on your side.
All right, I guess we should start trotting back.
Yes, we must get to our companions.
Well, I'm interested in getting this elephant delivery over with. So, and also I'm a puma, so I'm going to set a brisk pace.
All right, so are you going to run ahead of the others then?
I guess it depends on how slow they are. I'm a puma. Pumas don't just. I'm going to enjoy being a puma.
You're going to stalk and slither and sulk.
That's how it starts.
It's almost like Warlock Monroe knew you would enjoy these photos.
I don't.
It's gonna be a real twist if in the end you all just decide to stay animals.
This is the real Animal Crossing.
Oh, God.
This little piggy went to Caldern. This little piggy.
This little weasel sucked his own dick. This little weasel had none.
I mean, the next adventure would absolutely be you guys having to take down a butcher. Bjorg leading the charge. No more bacon! All right, back to the bear fight.
You say fight.
Yeah, yeah. Some characters are not necessarily meant to be taken on as a two-person team. And sometimes you roll really low and you get a sneak preview.
Yeah, well,
But Fandingo, you have first move in this new initiative.
Motherfucker shot me.
You shot him first.
He tried to eat my elephant.
He did more than try.
Yeah. He's
Casting Firebolt. That's a 21.
okie dokie. I believe that one, that's just AC. So that hits.
For 18.
Damn.
Firebolt's a really fucking good spell.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's a D10 cantrip that gets an extra D10 at 5th level.
Well, you have absolutely recovered his attention.
I told you to stay away from my fucking elephant.
All right. Well, you see several of his wounds heal as a bonus.
Fuck.
Yeah, quite a bit of that heals back. And he fires his crossbow at you twice as it auto reloads. It is, as you might imagine, like the armor, much nicer than the gear you guys have.
Yeah, well.
19, 17.
Ow. Ow. Yep. Those it. That stings.
Bear.
Owie.
And then once he returns fire, he walks back over to the elephant. Klaus, you drew no hate, and you appear to have successfully escaped his attention.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is it better to stay hidden here or run away and hide further away?
Sharpshooter!
No. There's a limit to my stupidity, and I have found it.
Sneak attack.
Not yet. I'm gonna continue to hide here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for him to get sneak attack, I'd have to be within 5 feet of that fucking bear, and that ain't happening.
Hurry, dive bomb him. I'm sure those swords don't hurt a bird.
Do I need to roll again, or what?
Not until someone's opposing it.
Okay. Then I shall remain hidden.
Okay, so the others are slinking in your direction. Does anyone have anything they would like to do on their sauntering slink?
Make idle conversation, I suppose. So then, those moles were kind of weird.
Yeah. What about that giant centipede? Fucked up.
I'm sure that's probably, like, the worst thing we'll see all day. I'm sure that's the most interesting and exciting thing that will happen to us for the rest of our time on this island.
Let's go get our elephant, and so we can get some more sacks.
This sounds wonderful. I, too, look forward to going back to our friends and not having to fight anything at all.
What a peaceful experience this island has been so far. I bet Klaus and Fandingo are bored out of their skulls.
I imagine they have not run into any trouble at all in the form of a giant bear.
Gordon adds, yeah, certainly not one with armor. That'd be ridiculous.
Yes, and
God.
Certainly they wouldn't provoke something like that. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's smart.
Armored bears. Next you'll be telling me that there's a book series somewhere called The Golden Compass. That would be copyright infringement.
I don't think they invented slapping armor on an animal.
And certainly the Klaus and Fandingo are not dealing with anything like that.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Speaking of Fandingo,
You want to know exactly how stupid I am, right?
I'm just curious what your character's doing, man. This is my job. I facilitate.
You know the other great thing about Firebolt? It has a really long range. There's no cover on this map that is far enough, that is out of range of that fucking crossbow, is there?
Not on this map, no. And also, the range on that crossbow is not accurate, because that's, again, built to a smaller character.
Oh, I haven't looked up the range on the crossbow.
Oh, it's right there in the roll. I'm just letting you know. Much like the sword, it's all built. It all comes out of roll 20 built for the smallest ones.
All right. Yeah, fuck this bear. Firebolt with a 22.
22 will hit.
for 19.
Dang.
Kind of stares you down. Bear, 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 bear.
And can I try to hide behind a branch for my movement?
No, definitely not after an attack. I don't think you have anything that lets you do that.
Yeah.
Can you get cover? Can you get cover?
Cover would be represented in advantage and disadvantage.
Okay.
Assuming there is enough within the tree to actively represent it.
Fair.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep shooting a bear and think that maybe Klaus will do something roguelike and useful.
Yeah. The problem with cover is for Fandingo to fly within a section of tree dense enough to have cover. He would also be in a place that would heavily restrict his movement.
That makes sense.
I just assumed that if I had cover, I would be giving up my ability to shoot the bear easily.
Oh, no, not necessarily. There's definitely situations where you can get cover and pop out and whatnot. This is just sort of a hard one for bird form and a tree. But hey, let's see how a pair of crossbow bolts change things. 17, 11. He finally missed.
Yeah, 17 hits.
All right, 9
misses.
damage.
Ow! Fuck!
And now it is stomping on the elephant and staring at you. It has movement left. It can't really do an action, but it does have its own weight, so it's just walking up and down.
Fine. All right. Fine. Fuzzy prick.
I love how petty this bear token's face looks. It wound up fitting the character very well.
I don't know how many fucking hit points a dire, giant piece of shit petty bear would have. Trying to decide if I can race it to dying.
I will say this much, Fandingo. I did say earlier you've never fought a fighter before. As a bard, I might not want to race a fighter's hit points.
Yeah.
A giant bear armored fighter's hit points.
I mean, I figure I'm probably starting at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I think you do crank out more damage, like per turn than him because of the crossbow and the firebolt difference. But I mean, that's the nature of the tanky fighter.
Yeah.
They're meant to take a little damage.
I mean, if I still had fireballs, I would go at this all day.
No, you wouldn't.
You're right. I'd throw a fireball, count on Bjorg to pick up the pieces.
Klaus, do you want to do anything with your turn?
No. Fandingo, I applaud his, do you call it bravery? I don't know. But
Stick-to-itiveness?
yeah, but when I saw him firebolt a bear and it recovered immediately almost all the hit points that caused it, and I'm almost down to nothing. I got no potions. I don't have my elf porn or anything.
Because that's relevant.
Well, it's useful when hiding.
Give us something to do.
No, I'm gonna stay hidden.
Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor.
I have to be the wise and responsible one here.
Okay. That brings us back to the Amblin folks. Any updates or insights?
Maybe we'll sing like a jaunty song, you know.
Y'all are having just a great day.
Just ambling along. Sun is shining.
Side by side.
You can't have talking animals without a musical number at some point.
We've already had one.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
But how many will involve the entire cast? Stay tuned to find out, listeners. So, Fandingo, where is this escalating war going next?
Nah. Chicken shit is the better part of valor. I'm gonna just duck behind the trunk of the tree and fuck it. Stomp on it all you want, you fat fuzzy prick.
All right. So since you did not attack him this round, he is not going to attack you. He does bring his remaining blade down and basically just hacks off a big old hunk of leg section on both ends. And then, in a move that you almost immediately recognize, he answers the question, does a bear shit in the woods? Yes, especially when it's on top of elephant meat and it's a petty asshole. So it took some legs to carry, and it took a shit on the stomped on remains.
All right.
It pulled a Klaus. What can I say?
Yeah.
Bear, bear, bear.
Don't call me a bear.
And it will begin walking away. Klaus, if you would like to sharpshooter
I would not.
one last time.
No, I gave him something to remember me by.
Yeah, he left you a fucking memento too, you chicken shit.
Hey, have I ever called myself Klaus the Brave? No. I'm Klaus the Alive.
That's a better nickname. Okay. Fandingo, are you going to take a parting shot, or are we going to let this resolve?
Fuck no.
All
My
right.
parting shot will be to scream asshole.
Bear, bear. Okay, with that, we will have the bear finish up. And a few hours later, your friends return. In that time, Klaus and Fandingo, if you would like to take a short rest and regain some hit points, wink,
Yes,
wink,
please.
you may feel free to.
I would.
Yes, please. How many hit points do we get back in during a short rest?
So, a short rest doesn't give you any hit points.
Oh,
It
we
gives you
can
the
spend a
chance
hit
to
die.
roll your hit die. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
All of them?
And Fandingo, don't you have something that boosts that?
I do. I have a Song of Rest.
I guess I'll listen to it.
The Song of Rest.
Can you sing it?
Rest, 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 rest.
Go to sleep, little baby. Go to sleep, little baby. Fuck you, Klaus, you chicken shit weasel. I hope you feel better now, baby.
I do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so what do we roll?
We each get an extra 1d6.
I'll stick with that for now.
Okay, so after you all have short rested, the others return.
The fuck happened to our elephant?
Klaus, what did he do to the elephant?
Klaus took a giant shit on the elephant.
One job.
I'm sorry.
Never seen such a giant turd!
I had some spicy jalapenos, and
Yeah, the most logical thing to you guys probably would be that Klaus somehow magicked a giant turd.
It's like someone dropped a shit sequoia!
I noticed the missing legs. Did you try to make fucking boots out of it again?
What do you think he ate to shit that much?
Magical redwood shit!
do you see a pair of boots?
Well, last time he did it, we didn't really see a pair of boots.
Well, these boots were made for walking. I suppose they walked away.
So how'd you guys do?
I don't think we can take this elephant back to the mole guys.
They might consider it an insult, and I don't really want to hear them chant shit, shit, shit.
I mean, I certainly screamed shit, shit, shit a couple of times while you were gone, but that was a whole different thing.
What did this? I know it wasn't Klaus. His butthole isn't big enough to make that.
He had hours. There was multiple shits, and he has, like, very nimble little weasel hands.
Nimble.
I feel it would be remiss of me to not explain what happened here for my parents' sake.
What?
There was a big-ass bear with armor and swords, and he came and attacked our elephant and shat on it. And I shot him. Fandingo firebolted him, but he was a big badass. We couldn't take him.
So you tried to avenge your parents and failed.
True, yes.
Pretty sure I did more to avenge his parents, but eventually I realized that perhaps throwing fiery dust motes at a giant armor-clad bear was not going to end well for me.
Well, if he had armor, he must have been sentient like us. I assume you tried the diplomatic approach.
I told him to I told him to back the fuck up off my elephant.
Ah, I can see that. That didn't work then.
I told him, fuck you for killing my hobo parents.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, we tried the diplomatic approach.
Did you know that bear killed your parents?
They're all the same, Bjorg.
I forgot about Klaus's bear racism.
All bears look alike to him.
All bears are the same. They all killed my parents. They were all in on it.
I told him to back the fuck off, then I poked him, and he still didn't back the fuck off. So then I started flinging spells at him.
I see that worked out very well.
It would have all been fine, except he had a giant fucking bear crossbow.
A giant bear... What the fuck?
That's exactly what I said.
Well, guys, thanks for nothing.
He was more than a bear. He was a transformer.
He was more than met the eye.
Bearbots in disguise?
He didn't even give us the armored Care Bear stare.
Real bears in disguise. This is troubling to me.
Troubling to you. Wasn't shooting a fucking crossbow at you, pig boy.
Taking a lot of pig noises.
Yeah. Hey, Bakos. What
No!
do we get out of the fucking... What do we get out of the other elephant?
Sacks.
Yeah, we got some stuff. We didn't shit all over it.
This is what success looks like.
5 sacks.
We were having a nice day.
Whoa.
We got sacks for our meat.
I've got a sack already.
All
Meat
right.
sacks.
So I don't remember what we're supposed to do with the sacks of shit.
Well, we may as well head to the forest. Because I'm not dragging this shit-covered elephant back to the mole people, even if they do like that sort of thing.
Well, you needed to ask the mole people where to take the things you just got in order to trade them for equipment upgrades.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
All right, fair enough. If you want to strike out on your own, that is perfectly within your rights.
To the forest.
To the forest. I think we will roll some survival checks next round to see where you end up. Also, you're in the forest. That's why there's grass and trees all around you. But we'll just keep that going.
Hooray! Nicely done, fellas.
We didn't even need to roll a survival check for that.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? We found the forest.
Yeah, it's almost like it's only you guys, so somehow you could fuck up finding a forest you're in. I have faith in you. I do. It's just that kind of faith.
Bro, I'm a barred bird, and I almost went one-on-one with a giant dire bear wearing a suit of armor. Yeah, we could fuck up about anything.
Almost.
We shall see. But fear not, folks, for as you know, we are not done yet. When the game ends, it's time for us to take your questions that we are fielding from the live blog over at facebook.com/authorsanddragons. However, before we get to that, there is, of course, the folks at Discord who get to cut the line because they're our Patreons, and that's how this works. So, while I've been vamping, I assume Rick has pulled up our Patreon questions and is ready to fire away.
You assume correctly. Our friend Yume Kitsune asks, what is your favorite dessert and why?
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Not for me. My mom's recipe banana pudding, which my niece now makes for family gatherings.
If I'm going general, like just a section of type. I love a good creme brulee.
I make a good creme brulee.
I have a. It depends. Like sometimes I just like ice cream, but man, a good ice cream cake slice or a good tiramisu.
Ooh,
Tiramisu
is nice.
Yeah.
You know, normally I would say key lime pie, but lately I've been on give me a dark, slice of death by chocolate cake. And that shit goes.
You want a good one, man. I realize the restaurant I'm about to go to bat for, but it's only this one thing. The fucking chocolate wave at Red Lobster is so fucking decadent good. My buddy worked there in college. It's just a huge ass chocolate cake, and it's fucking amazing.
There's the Costco close to me has a really good bakery, and we got one of their chocolate cakes one time, and for some reason the rest of the family didn't like it, and I was like, the fuck is wrong with you? This is the best fuck. You know what it is? They were all like, it's too chocolate, and I was like, motherfuckers, no such thing.
I like a pumpkin pie with a bit of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
I'll go for something vaguely English. It's the one thing the private school I got to right. We consistently did have terrible food. That's
blood biscuits.
Yeah. We had cock pie or whatever it was. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It wasn't really cock pie, John.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, just for the record, Steve, we don't make our Girl Scout cookies with real Girl Scouts over here.
But, for all you guys know, it could have been cock pie. I mean, it's quite feasible that there is an English dessert called cock pie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just going to go with that one. Cock pie with a vanilla custard.
All right. Probably a good one for this time. Our friend Jen asks, what are some things you do to cheer yourself up after receiving an emotional gut punch?
Drink.
Read shitty reviews on somebody else's books.
Watch shitty horror movies.
I watch anime. A good anime.
If I'm being honest, I play Borderlands 3 and shoot lots of things in the head.
Watch a series I've seen 1 billion times and I love.
Yeah, I've recently rediscovered the joys of just lying in bed with a paperback. That's kind of like optimum recovery position for me.
All right, let's go to non-simples. One I'm sure we can fuck with. Our friend Aaron T asks, if you were king of your own country, what's the first thing you would do?
Kill all the billionaires.
Probably curl up in bed with a paperback, to be honest.
Find a more responsible leader.
Oh, shit.
Delegate.
And in doing so, Bevan becomes the most responsible leader of us.
Yeah, clear out the treasury and leave.
I mean, I hate to be stereotypical, but it has to be Mansion Party for me. Like, just wreck that motherfucker. Because there's no way I'm not gonna, lose that job at some point, so I might as well have a little fun before they realize what a horrible mistake they've made.
Yeah, pull a Merry Monarch, man. It's been done. There's precedent for that. Uh-oh, I'm king. This is notoriously, I either do this well or I am violently killed. May as well make the most of it.
Might as well party a little and then fake my own death. Like all the hazes before me. Oh no, I've said too much. The family secret is out.
Yeah, to that regards, I guess the first thing before all the other horrible things I would do is find a suitable body double with which to fake my own death.
Well, I guess you've already covered
Would you look
that
like
part.
me if your brains were splattered?
Fuck you, Rick. I'm not doing it.
Oh no, Bevan.
I grew a beard.
Look, Robert Bevan already already abdicated the throne. It's perfect.
It's a constant but then again, Bevan could just as easily take over and take your position from you while you weren't looking. The double's too good.
It's the Man in the Iron Mask all over again, yeah.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna let the guy walk around and with full faculties or so. You know, the guy.
You're gonna give him infinite Kirkland light.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it back. I will use my position to my fullest advantage, fuck over my nation, and then say I'm Rick Gualtieri, and then leave.
To go booze is legal. There's a good one for me. I don't know how things work outside of Texas in terms of delivery stuff, but even in this situation, local restaurants were mixing up their signature cocktails for delivery and stuff, and the Texas TABC was immediately like, no. You could sell bottled wine and beer. We didn't mean actual shit that you can turn a profit on.
North Carolina said, oh no, drink all you like.
Yeah. As a king, can I use my action to disband the TABC through any means necessary? Because that would be tempting.
You could take a 5-foot step, and then they have an attack of opportunity on you.
Send an island army just against the TABC. Who keeps breaking all these bureaucrats' sedans? Oh. But truly, and from the bottom of my heart, fuck you to that organization. As a former server, you can all eat my ass.
I'm liking this version of the King's speech.
You can all eat my ass and then leave a big tip.
It's like he knows that, this isn't America and this isn't Texas. He's just ranting against this institution that has nothing to do with this kingdom. Yeah, but man, the passion. All right, Joe, we should probably swing over to Facebook. What do you think? We got any questions over there?
Yeah, I got some good questions over here. Let's see here. Our friend Brett, this is a really good one. Our friend Brett says, since it's zoos and... I'm sorry, Brett, do you do CrossFit and wear Axe body spray? I gotta know. It's okay. Our friend Brett said, since it's zoos and dragons, what's the most memorable animal interaction you've ever had? I once had to help inspect a rhino's member and play with its nipples out. Brett, I didn't need to know that.
Yeah, sure, had to, Brett.
You should have stuck with the Axe body spray.
Tragically, I cannot beat that.
Can't even get
That's what he
close.
said.
Have I told the story of when I pissed on the horse?
Yeah, you told the horse piss story. I'm sure you have. I've got fond memories of that story.
Yeah. I mean, that's
That might
definitely
have
my
been a
most...
side quest.
Yeah. Joe, if you've got one, by all means, go first.
Yeah, I actually do have one. It's not really a funny one as much as just kind of an oh shit one. I was doing a video thing at Point Defiance Park in Tacoma, and we were between takes, and all of a sudden I looked like camera guy just kind of go like, oh shit, and I turned around, and there was a timber wolf. And it was a timber wolf that was on a leash. Apparently, this was I don't ask me why this guy was walking around with a fucking timber wolf, but it was
Service
fucking
timber
huge.
wolf, obviously.
It was I'd say it was about the size of a Harley. At least that was what it felt like. Really, really big. And I looked down at it, and it looked up at me, and I was just kind of like, I'm operating on sort of this weird impulse of, fuck, what do I do? So I just kind of very slowly held my hand out, going like, okay, maybe sniff me and, we'll be cool. And it looked at my hand, it looked at me, and then it put my hand in its mouth. Its jaws very gently closed over my hand, and so I stood there with my hand in a fucking wolf's mouth for a few moments, and it just my hand is in this thing's fucking mouth. I can feel its teeth, and it's not breaking eye contact with me the entire time. And I'm just looking back, going, "Well, I'm sure as fuck not pulling my hand back." So I'm just gonna kind of ride this out and see what happens. And after a few seconds, it let go of my hand and nuzzled my hand. And I looked over at its owner and I said, "What just happened?" And its owner said, "Well, He checked you out, and you weren't afraid of him, which meant you were a bigger dog.
I have kind of a similar story. Well, but with an ostrich.
That's asshole.
What a lead-in.
There was this privately owned zoo in Richmond, Virginia, where I was babysitting some kids, and I decided to take them to this zoo. And you could buy little pellets and feed all the animals, and I was feeding an ostrich. And yeah, I don't know if you've ever been up close and personal with an ostrich, but they're pretty big. And if they, like, grab food out of your hand, it's a little scary. But one actually, like, took my hand in its mouth, just bit it, and I was like, whoa, freaked me out at first, but it didn't hurt. So I kept that in the back of my brain. Next time I visited the zoo, I did it with my girlfriend. I took her there, and I was ready for the ostrich this time. I fed it some pellets. It grabbed my hand, and I screamed and freaked out, and she lost her shit. That was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
That did a lot different from what I expected.
Yeah, I expected him to put his hand up the ostrich's ass. And
See, you guys all have tales of winning against the animals. I have one of losing. Maybe about 20 some odd years back, I was in a friend's wedding party, and after the wedding, they wanted to go to this park in Newark, New Jersey to take pictures. And squirrels are pretty common in New Jersey, but Newark and the area around it, they have this breed that basically they're black furred squirrels, and they have a real bad fucking attitude. So as we're taking pictures, we're noticing there's a couple squirrels around, no big deal. As we're taking more pictures, we're noticing there's more and more squirrels, and they're starting to close in on us. The end result is essentially this small army of squirrels chased this entire wedding party out of this park.
nice.
You're not getting married here, motherfucker.
Get out. Get out.
Oh.
I think my animal interactions. So I used to live in a village that's sort of in the middle of farm and field, and all the animals, all the very docile-looking, gentle English country animals, proper murderous if they get the opportunity. So I've nearly been trampled to death by cows and horses quite a lot. If you take a shortcut through the fields, you think, oh, there's a herd of cows over there. Pretty docile animals, generally. They're far away. But then they see you and, there's no witnesses. So I think, well, we can just murder this guy. And it happens, cow trampling happens surprisingly often. People die from that. So, yeah, I've never once felt guilty about eating a steak. Because I know that if they had the opportunity, they'd eat me.
It's either you or me, cow.
No, well, they wouldn't. They'd tramp you to death and just leave you there.
Which is worse.
Yes.
Yeah. Evil.
Murderous and wasteful.
What
I'm going to be killed by something. I'm going to be killed by something. By God, it better return me to the natural food chain and continue the order of things.
Or make me a wigwam or something.
Bevan's dream is to be made into a terrible pair of boots for an adventurer.
And I remember being drunk one time, coming back from work. It'd been a really long shift, and it was dawn. And I thought, I'm going to go for a little walk in the beautiful countryside on this summer dawn day. And I was in the field, and there were two horses, really beautiful animals. I thought, horses are nice. They were far away. I wasn't bothering them. Both of them tried to kill me. No fucking reason. Just because, there were no witnesses and they could get away with it. And I've thought, I was really, later I was kind of really gutted that we don't eat horses. Because I would definitely eat a horse, guilt-free. Murderous animals.
You're just trying to jerk them off and they weren't thankful at all.
I didn't go anywhere near them. They just saw me and tried. I didn't even have a chance to try and jerk them off.
He was ready. He was prepared.
Maybe that's why they did it. Maybe it's just they assumed I was some kind of prude come to hush their buzz.
That guy doesn't even have any lube.
Come back here with Astroglass! Let's see. Does that bring us around to me?
I think so.
Yeah, because I got nothing, so...
I will do an abridgment of this one since I think I've told it before on the podcast. But yeah, I once peed on a horse, although that was the horse's choice, not mine. And that is the crux of what makes the story interesting. So, real quick background. Lubbock, Texas is a town in which there is a city surrounded by a loop, and outside of the loop, there is virtually fucking nothing. That might not be true anymore, but back in the mid-2000s when I went to college, there it absolutely was. So, I was a bartender drinking with other bartenders. It was a lot of late-night drinking. We were shutting down the bars at 2 a.m., and they all wanted to keep drinking, and so it was decided that we would pile some beers into a cooler and go to the strip club because that was allowed to bring alcohol, although they couldn't sell it. Lubbock, Texas, everybody. And so obviously I had been drinking, wasn't driving. I get in the car with one of my friends who is taking me there. So she and I have never been to the strip club before. We don't really know the way. This is before GPS maps and everything. So we get a little lost on the back roads. And when I say back roads, I mean dirt roads, strips of barbed wire fences, the fucking country, y'all. And after a little bit, the toll of drinking so much, which is to say a very Klaus-filled bladder, has begun to make itself known. I ask her to pull over to the side of the road so I can just pee out in one of these fields. So she does. She pulls off, waits in the car. I just leave the door open and I run over to the nearest. I'm generously calling it a fence. It was, again, more hunks of wood with strips of barbed wire running between. Not electrified, very rustic. If you live in the country, you learn how to spot where it's safe to piss. So, commenced doing the business. Now, this is a situation in which very intoxicated and I have to pee very bad. So, once committed to this course of action, I am staying it. There is no emergency stop option in this case. So, I'm peeing in the dead of night, out in this field in the middle of fuck all nowhere, and I see a shape start moving toward me out of the darkness. And it is coming fairly quick, and it is big. And as it arrives, it is a horse. And it is, apparently I was pissing into his field. And he just kind of towers over me and stares down, and I look down and I realize he's kind of put his hoof in the back end of the stream. But again, I'm really just staring down a giant monster of a creature, and those strips of barbed wire don't feel like jack fucking shit in moments like those, because they're not. But I'm just like, all right, man, well, this is what you wanted, so let's just everybody be cool. And I finish, and I zip up, and I turn around to find that my friend has fallen out of the car laughing because I forgot she was behind watching the whole thing. So that was the time I pissed on a horse, but again, that was the horse's choice, not mine.
Oh, I've been going about horses all wrong.
God, you should have returned. You should have returned there for just to see if you could ride it, just so you could scream "Hi ho, piss horse."
Look, I'm not here to kink shame whatever that horse is into. He lives his life, I live mine. But yeah, that was definitely a memorable experience with an animal for me. All right, do we think we're going to top those stories collectively?
I don't
that
think
was some pretty
so,
wild
no.
shit from everybody.
I don't
I feel
think
like I've lived such a sheltered life now.
Yeah, you really got to go start some shit at a zoo.
I'm good. Y'all can be the fucking crazy ones for a change. I'm good.
Hey, you hippos! Fuck you!
I got a zoo for you in Alabama, John. They let you pose with the tiger cubs. Oh, there's no fucking way that's safe.
Yeah, they let you do that in North Carolina too. Sometimes in restaurants.
You know, at least Louisiana keeps all the gators at their restaurants in a separate water area.
Oh no, this is like in the lobby, I don't know, zoo-ish place. Right out there. $20. Get your picture taken with the tiger cub.
Well, life is an adventure, and we will be joining you folks in 2 weeks to keep the Authors and Dragon... All right, Steve, I need to do that one again. And we will be joining you folks in 2 weeks to keep the Authors and Dragons adventure going. And, of course, we'll be back in 1 week with an episode of Side Quest. So, until we see you next time, bye!
Bye.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
Look at your weasel.